Good morning, YouTube. Somebody with a wrench, back with another video. Yesterday, we fixed the exhaust leak on the C10. Tried to get the radiator shroud put on. Didn't fit. Who knew 5.5 inches was too big? And some other stuff. I was really hungover. Probably wasn't my best video. Today, we're doing the front disc conversion. I need to get on the road to Indiana. And I'm probably going to be there until Power Tour starts. So I'm not going to be able to run the truck back home and work on it here before I leave for Power Tour. So they need to get done. It is currently 10 after 10. I'm hoping I can get on the road by like 1 o'clock. We'll see. I don't know. We're just going to jump into it. I'm going to put the fancy mic down, pick up the Magic Recorder Cube, show you guys this kit. I'm actually pretty impressed with it, especially for how much I paid for it. And then we'll get to bolting it on. Buckle up. It's going to be a good one. Hopefully. All right, Daisy. Let's get to it. Okay, so here is the kit. I got it off of Jegs a couple of months ago, actually. It took them forever to get me the spindles. Everything else came pretty quickly, but they apparently needed to reman the spindles. It's a very good looking kit, honestly, if you just look at it, right? Everything's metal, everything. This is a much bigger rotor than I thought I was gonna get for the price. Speaking of the price, this thing was only like, I want to say $500, maybe 600 with shipping, which for a front disc conversion is really good. This was the cheapest front disc conversion I could find. Anyway, I went ahead and test fit it on this wheel here. Took a wheel off the truck and it fits. I can slide that rotor all the way around that what the fuck do you call it? The thing with the stoppy thing in it, right? The cylinder. Spins all the way around the wheel. There's absolutely no contact. So I lucked out there. I was really nervous that it wasn't going to fit, but they fit. Now it's just a matter of getting them on the vehicle. So I'm gonna go scope out what the truck looks like a little bit more now that I've got all the instructionals and all the other shit in my teeth, and we'll see what the plan's gonna be. I'll pick you guys up and show you what the plan's gonna be when I get there. So anyway, that's it. I will keep you guys updated. Let's get to it. All right, we're done. Just kidding. It's already noon, and I stripped one of the little fitting nut things for the brake line immediately, trying to get this one disassembled. I was going to do one side and then do the other so I could actually confidently show you guys how to get the other side done. And I just don't have time for it, right? I do need to be up in Indiana, so this is quickly turning into a road trip vlog. I'm gonna go pack some dirty laundry, maybe 3 pair of underwear, and chuck some shit in the truck and go. So this is what we're rocking with. Squealy old drums in the front. Hopefully it doesn't rain, because when it rains they like to lock up real bad. The weather looks like it's gonna be fine. If it's not, I guess I'll stop somewhere. I don't know. We'll see, but I'm sending it, and I'm gonna bring you guys along with me. So buckle up. Let's get to it. All right, we're on the road. See? I'm hitting 29 north out of the greater Pensacola area right now, and I've got maps set with avoid highways on. This thing doesn't like to go fast, right? It's just a little 292. It's geared very low in the rear. It's got a very short geared transmission, SM465. It's basically just a 3-speed. 60 miles an hour is about all she's got comfortably. Anything more than that, and old girl's really starting to sink. The issue with that is it's adding 4 hours to my drive time. So right now it's a 14-hour drive. I left at about 1 p.m. That puts me in, because there's a time change, at about 4 in the morning. So I don't know if I got it in me to do all that in one shot. We'll see. Odds are I'm probably going to stop somewhere. story as of right now. We're moving and grooving. So I've made it to Alabama, and it's cool little historic downtowns, like where am I at? Here in Atmore, that really make turning off highways on the old Google machine worth it. Like, check that out. You guys want to go see a movie? What do they got showing? Don't know, can't read it. Yeah, just cool little towns like this, the heartblood of America or whatever. You just got to ignore all the questionable political stickers everywhere. It's really cute. But anyway, truck's running great, staying nice and cool, even at stoplights and stop signs and stuff, even without that cowl. Which is too bad. I mean, it's not too bad. It's working out. Too bad that the cowl didn't work, but I'm glad that we're getting along without it. But I'm gonna keep her moving. I still got 3/4 of a tank of fuel. I'm gonna keep making tracks. Talk to you guys the next time something interesting happens. Would you guys just look at that view? I had no idea Alabama could be so damn pretty. That's the kind of shit you only get, again, avoiding the interstate and big highways. So far my drive's been beautiful, truck staying nice and quiet. That gasket I definitely installed correctly, hanging in there. I've got no complaints. I'm just getting hungry, and I think I'm going to start looking for a nice little hole in the wall somewhere on the side of the road here. Stuff my gob and keep her rolling. Man, Alabama, you're gorgeous. You need to get your teeth fixed, but you're pretty. Alright, I'm back with an update. Truck's doing fine. It's doing great. Eating the miles and eating all the gas. Kind of fucked up. Passed a couple service stations I probably should have stopped at. Wasn't looking at the fuel gauge. And now I am pretty much on fumes. And I'm 15 miles from the next service station. So hopefully I make it. I've driven past 3 closed down service stations that just aren't operational anymore. So that's great. Really hoping this next one Mr. Google found for me works. Didn't think this was going to be an issue. I've driven through rural Alabama like this before. I've never really had trouble finding service stations, but here we are. So I'm crossing every single one of my digits. Let's hope I make it. Okay, we made it. Just filled up 20 gallons, 20.336 gallons. That means I had about half a tank left, or half a gallon, a little less than half a gallon. This has only got a 20.8 gallon tank, so cutting it a little close, especially after I did the math and realized I'm getting about 12 miles to the gallon. So, won't make that mistake again. All right, let's get me something to eat and hop back on the road. All right, so the brakes have gotten significantly worse. I'm pretty sure it's the rear drum. It's locking up on me, the pedal's bouncing, it's fucked. Something back there is just fucked. So I managed to limp my way to the nearest auto parts store. I'm gonna see, I'm pretty sure it's just the rear left. I'm gonna see if I can't jack the car up and get it taken care of, basically. This is fun. Hopefully they've got the drum and all the stuff I need. I don't know, it's an advanced, so you know, I'm hopeful. Anyway, wish me luck. Oh, and I'm losing the light. This is fun. Oh boy, do I have updates. So Look at this. Absolutely no pad. On either side. It all just fell apart. So, oh, and all the hardware in here, completely fucked. All the springs, not doing springy things. So, good news though, check the other side. That side's perfectly fine. The front's fine. This guy is the problem wheel. So, the really nice gentleman in this Advanced sold me a set of really good pads for like 30 bucks. And my thought process is, because I went through a whole thing, right? Did a lot of thinking, which was hard. Took a lot of time. The drum here is kind of fucked, right? It's a really thick lip, and for the how many miles that I just completely rubbed metal onto metal on this thing, she done, right? She gone. Which is probably why it got hot enough that it completely ruined all the springs. I don't know. I don't know. Toyed around with getting a block off for the rear brakes at the master cylinder. They don't have the size bolt or stud or block off in this Advanced that I need. They don't. I need a 9/16, all their standard stuff, max is a half. So what I'm gonna do is take the really nice new pads and slap them on with shot hardware with a really bad drum, bleed them a little bit, and then keep going. I think that's literally my only option at this point. So I'm gonna get to it before I lose the light, and I'll update you guys if anything else awful happens to me. Cool. Tell you what, there's something about being stranded in a parking lot and probably using old, busted out, completely not good hardware. That just makes drum brakes go on super easy. That's the easiest drum brake install I've ever done. I got 350 more miles left before I hit where I'm going, where there's a nice barn and a poured concrete floor and stuff that I can work in. So yeah, I think it'll get me there, hopefully. I don't know, we're gonna find out. I'm gonna go ask the really nice gentleman manager dude who's in here tonight if he can help me bleed these, and then I'll pop back in the car and get back on the road. Yeah, pro tip, if you want drums to be easier, just use busted hardware. So easy. All right, so updates. Sitting in the parking lot of a hotel. I think Best Western or something, I don't even know. It was the closest one to that Advanced I was parked at. I'm calling it a night. I managed to limp to a gas station. Turns out even in the middle of nowhere, Alabama, they sell IPAs in the coolers now at like little roadside gas stations. So pick me up some monkey sauce or some shit. I don't know, it's 8% alcohol. I'm gonna go suck down 2 or 8 of them. And just relax for the rest of the evening, because tomorrow I gotta hunt down a new drum, new hardware. I don't think I need more shoes. The set that he gave me at Advanced has got 2 in it, and the passenger side's fine, so I'm not gonna touch it. Just gonna do problem child back here so that I'm not fucking sketched out the whole drive. My brakes right now, after my little impromptu fix, like, they will pump up and hold pressure, but if the wheel cylinder in that wheel wasn't leaking before, you bet your ass it's leaking now. So I'm not gonna do another 7 hours is what I've got left in this journey of mine. I'm not gonna do 7 hours with leaking brake fluid and having to top off and fucking with that. That just sounds too sketchy for me. So that's the plan. Probably, I mean, I'm gonna do it in a parking lot in direct sun, probably get heat stroke, because there's not gonna be any shade. And then after I recover from that and the brakes work, then I'll finish my drive. That's the plan so far. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated. Oh man, I'll see you in the morning. All right, good morning. So, updates. I've got a plan. There's an O'Reilly's like literally a mile from here, and they have everything I need minus the drum. All the new hardware and a new wheel cylinder. So I'm gonna go get started on that. I'm gonna go post up in O'Reilly's, jack the truck up, get that problem wheel completely disassembled again, and then around noon they should have the drum I need in. So hopefully by no later than 12:30 I'm on the road again. It's like 10 now, 10:30. I hung out in the hotel room, did some editing, and I waited this long to leave because one, I paid for the room till 11, and two, if the drum's not gonna be there till 12:30 anyway, me getting in there and getting started at 11, that should be just enough time to fight with new hardware and everything on that drum, just in time for the new drum to come in. So hopefully I'm back on the road by like 1 o'clock, because I got 7 hours. I'm not fucking with back roads anymore. I knew I shouldn't have from the beginning. The engine's running fine, transmission's giving me no issues, so I think I can just jam her up on 65, doing 65. I'll be slow, but whatever, I'll get there and I won't have to touch the brakes a whole lot. And then whenever I get up home to the farm, that's when I'm gonna fuck with doing this disc conversion. But that's the plan for today. I'll let you guys know if anything else changes. I have a feeling it probably will. I lucked out. It's a beautiful day. It's only supposed to get up to like 75. So this shouldn't be too bad, hopefully. Famous last words. Anyway, let's get to it. All right, sorry about the wind noise. This was much less painful than I thought it was going to be. All my shiny new hardware, everything is as it should be, or at least my best approximation. It does look really good. New wheel cylinder, still haven't bled it yet. And I still got time to wait on this drum. I did buy one of these cool do-it-yourself, because you got no friends bleeder kit things. So I'm gonna try that. I think I'm gonna go around at least to the two rear and bleed them up pretty good, and then call that a day, I guess. I mean, just sit and wait in the truck, maybe have far too many cigarettes. We'll still got about an hour until this drum gets here. There's a barbecue joint like across the street over that way. I don't know if you can see it. Might go get me some food while I wait on my drums to show up. I don't know yet. Anyway, I'll keep you guys updated. All right, so we're all back together. I even bled it a little bit. Used one of these magic hand pump bleeder things. Who knows if they actually work? I know that I've got a pedal. Now, new hardware, new shoes, new drum. It doesn't really want to spin. I'm really hoping it just beds in. I've got the adjuster all the way back, but I don't know. Because if it doesn't and it gets super hot, it's gonna kill that hardware, everything that I just fixed. Right? So I'm hoping it's fine. That it's just not gonna give me any more issues, and I'm just gonna be able to cruise the rest of the way home. So let's see, shall we? Oh man, this feels sketchy. Alrighty, so I've made it quite a ways. I burned 3/4 of a tank of gas, well, half a tank of gas. Just cruising at 65, even nudged 70 a couple times, and the truck's just taking it. Not getting hot, nothing. We had an incident. I stopped not long after the got started on the brakes, about 10 miles down the road, and it was getting really, really hot sitting at the light. Shot up really quick. Just told me there was a bunch of air in the system, and then I opened it and it just boiled and bubbled over, so I had to spend $80 million on tubs of coolant from the racetrack or whatever the fuck the gas station's name was. But here nor there, bunch of new coolant in it, and it's topped off, and I was running at like 185 the whole way. But I just did some math. I downloaded a fancy odometer app because the odometer in the truck's not accurate because the speedo doesn't work super accurately. And I'm getting 11.5 miles to the gallon, which might be how far, like how hard I'm wringing this little 292's neck, or it might be that this thing's just running richer than Jeff Bezos. Who knows? I don't. I'm just gonna keep her pushing for as long as I can keep pushing. I've got a little over 300 miles left. Hopefully I can do it on this tank. 4.5 hours, give or take, maybe less. We'll see. So far, brake pedals feeling fantastic. It's very confidence expiring to have a brake pedal again, even though I haven't touched it since I got back on the interstate, but whatever. It's there if I need it. All right, let's keep moving. All right, so just pulled off at a Pilot for what I hope is my last stop. Oof, last fuel stop. I'm about 100 and something miles away, still getting 11.5, 12 miles to the gallon. Nothing I seem to do seems to be fixing that. Yeah, I got 118 miles. Got me a corn dog and a can of Go Juice to get me across the finish line. Hopefully I make it. Starting to lose the light. It's okay, the headlights work. Whew. Anyway, yeah, I got right on 2 hours on the dot. Wish me luck. Alright guys, it has been a very, very long journey. But we're close. So close. I'm about a half an hour out. I am leaving Kentucky up here. I wanted to film it. It is me coming over the VV Bridge from Kentucky into Indiana over the Ohio River. I decided to take this route because it cuts just a little bit of time off the end of my drive, as well as the VV Bridge is just beautiful. However they say it down here. I'm from this area, but never really spent a lot of time in this town. But there's the Ohio River. There it is again, but on that side of the truck. And we are officially out of Kentucky into Indiana. I got 25 miles to get home. Well, to get where I'm going. I think I'm gonna make it. Alrighty, check in with you guys when I break down in 20 miles. Alright guys, this is Dalton. I did make it to Indiana. I just lost that footage. Believe it or not, my tech wizard abilities apparently are not up to snuff. I did make it to the farm, did make it where I was going, took care of what I needed to take care of, and then I turned around and drove back. It took me like a week and a half, almost 2 weeks, but I am back down in Florida again. I did film and managed to keep a couple clips of my journey back down south again. It really wasn't nearly as eventful as the journey up. The truck handled the interstate the whole way down really well. I sat and cruised pretty much at 65, 70 miles an hour the whole way as soon as I got back on the interstate. I've got a day or two here in Florida, and then I'm turning and burning and heading for Atlanta in the truck to do Power Tour. So that's what's happening. Check out some of these fun clips of me heading back down south again, and watch out for the next one.
Alright, so I'm rolling down these country roads in Kentucky in my going to town shirt, and look what just pulled out in front of me. Looks like a 67, maybe a 66 Chevy step side pickup truck. I don't know the guy, but I like his rig. And it's for sale. He pulls off somewhere like a gas station. I might have to pull over and talk to him. Looks like a pretty good rig. Gotta love it. Alright folks, so I decided I was going to stop and do something fun on my way back down south to Kentucky. Right now, I'm rolling onto Whiskey Thief Distilling. They're a small craft distillery. They don't distribute anything, and apparently I'm going to get to tap my own barrel. So this should be a whole lot of fun. I'm going to try and bring you guys along. Look at that. Look at all that barrel stacked up over there too. This is going to be cool. Alright guys, so I just finished up inside the Whiskey Thief here. Turns out that's what the little tube thing you use to pull whiskey out of a barrel is called. They didn't really want me filming in there, and I didn't want to push it. I'm still, I don't know, man. I've got 300 subs. It feels weird to be like, hey, I'm Mr. Influencer Man. Let me film inside your business. There is some footage of me actually filling my own whiskey bottle though, and I'll show that. All right, let's see. The first two haven't been too bad. Let's see if I don't waste too much on number 3.
Oh, perfect.
Holy shit, you'd think I know what I'm doing.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Perfect.
There we go.
Yeah.
Look at that. I filled this, and I'm gonna bring it home and crack it open and probably drink it on the couch with the old lady, which is just fucking cool, man. And the people in there are great, very informative. They know what they're talking about. The whiskey's really good, the bourbon, and they had a rye in the barrel. I'm usually a rye guy, but I'm in Kentucky, so I'm gonna buy bourbon. And overall, just an outstanding experience. If you're in the northern Kentucky, Frankfort, I think is the town I'm in. If you're in that kind of area, cannot recommend the Whiskey Thief enough. Come on down. It's like 35 bucks, and you get to try 5 barrels, I believe is what they had. Yeah, 5 barrels, and they give you some pretty generous pours, if you know what I'm saying. You might want to bring the old lady or a friend or somebody to drive you up out of this hauler by the time you're done. It was a fantastic experience, well worth the money. Can't recommend it enough. And now that it's good and raining and wet everywhere, I'm gonna roll over to another distillery and walk around. Probably won't do nearly as much tasting. I know where my limit is, and I don't want to tickle it too hard because I still got quite a bit of miles to pound down, but I want to go pick up at least one other bottle, maybe another one, because I've got whiskey lovers in my life, and it makes a good gift. So off we go. I'm gonna try and bring you guys along anywhere I can. So let's get to it. Alrighty, everybody. This is distillery stop number 2. It's only about 15 minutes down the road. Look at how fucking beautiful that is. This is a distillery called Castle and Key. Yeah, Castle and Key. Absolutely fantastic. Wasn't able to do the tour. They were booked out for the day, but just the grounds themselves that they kind of let you walk around in down there, absolutely gorgeous. Such a beautiful piece of Kentucky history. And their spirits are pretty good. I got 2 bottles of their small batch bourbon and 2 bottles of their gin, their Ruins Wake gin, or Ruins something. Ruin gin. It's really good. I'm a gin man. I think I've got a decent discerning palate, and this is some top-notch stuff. So if you're in the area or you're passing through, I cannot recommend stopping at Castle and Key and the Whiskey Thief enough. You know, Bullet is Bullet and Buffalo Trace is Buffalo Trace. You can kind of get those guys nationwide. I would highly recommend some of these smaller family operated distilleries like Castle and Key and Definitely the Whiskey Thief. That they were an awesome setup over there. So anyway, that's it. I'm about loaded up on all my vices. So I'm gonna see if I can't make it to a gas station and then start making trails. Let's see if we make it back to Florida.
Okay, it's Editing Dalton. I'm back. And like I said earlier, I definitely did make it back down to Florida, to Pensacola, safe and sound. The truck had absolutely no issues, ran like a champ. I did run the interstate pretty much the rest of the way as soon as I finished these stops at the distillery, trying to save on the brake pedal. Now it's just a race. It is Saturday, June 10th. I got to leave for Power Tour tomorrow, so I'm going to go run out to the parking lot or the driveway, excuse me, and change my oil and check all my lug nuts and try and do as much as I can in the very small amount of time allotted to me before I've got to hop in the truck and leave for Atlanta. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled for my Power Tour videos. I'm going to do my absolute best to try and bring as much of that content to you guys as possible. If you're still watching here at the end of the video, know that I truly do appreciate you, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. See ya.